Okay, this is not a car repair. This is a repair on an LG oop, come on, focus. Alright, it's a WT1501CW. And that's what it kind of looks like. I don't even think they make this anymore. Purchased this in 7 of 2016, and what happens is the Agitator, this guy down here, goes bad, and what happens is this guy who's in there, the plastic gets messed up and this thing just starts to slide in there back and forth, and you're hearing like a grinding sound. And this is what it looks like. This is what the new one looks like. It's kind of embedded in there. It's you know, they're only made to last so long. You know, I'm assuming. So inevitably this guy gets stuck down there. Okay, and it gets stuck right in there. All right, and when you pull it off, that thing stays there, and that thing, the agitator, comes out. And now you're faced with, how in the heck do I take that thing out? So the way I did it, I watched some videos online, and no one shows you exactly how. I did not record the whole mess. It is a little bit time consuming. But what I did was I took the old bolt that this thing came with. I took the old bolt. I put it in here. I screwed it all the way down to where maybe there was about a half an inch above this guy right here. Okay. Then I took my OTC puller. Yep. Not only for cars. And it fits just perfectly underneath there. And, you know, this guy goes like so. Oop, this guy goes like so. Let me get that in there. This guy goes like that. And then these guys go underneath there. Right? These two legs go underneath there. and at first, you're barely hanging on there. And I believe it's, this is a 10 millimeter nut. So anyway, so I managed to get it on there, and I tightened it with, I guess this wrench over here. I tightened this guy as best I could, and then I got my air ratchet, and that's just a little. Well, that's my 1/2 inch. In this one, I put it in the lowest. This has like 3 settings, 1, 2, and 3. I put it on 1. This is an Astro 1820-22. But I put it on the lowest setting and just very, very slowly pulsating on top of this guy. Pulsating, you know, on it just very slowly. And then, you know, checking, hey, is it actually moving? And at first it didn't want to go, so I said, okay, I'm going to add some heat. So I ended up using my, let me see if I can get it out here. Pardon the mess. This guy right here. I'll use this guy. That bad boy right there. It's a Benzomatic. Can't remember the model name on this thing. Anyway, and this is the gas that I was using with it. And I had just a couple, man, maybe about a minute on there of heat, because man, it gets hot. And you got to watch out because you're going to have the flames coming up and stuff. And so then I, you know, stopped the heat, and I kind of banged it on the side a little bit with the hammer. By the way, it's loud, so I would definitely put some, you know, I didn't put any hearing protection in, but I would recommend that you do put some protection in if you're going to do this. And so, you know, I just banged on it on each side, and I noticed this thing came a little bit loose, and I'm like, okay, so that means that it kind of came up a little bit. So then I would check, let me see if I can get that in there. Yeah, I would check to see how much it moved up. Then I tighten this a little bit more with the air ratchet, tighten it, and then maybe hit it just a little bit more, and then it kept coming up, and just slowly but surely kept coming up, kept coming up, kept coming up. Eventually it comes off. So once it reaches where you set the screw, then you have to take, you know, you have to take this off, and you have to unscrew this, you know, another 1/4 inch, and then put this back on underneath there, and, you know, put this guy back on there, and then start the process all over again, and then just, you know, keep checking, you know, keep checking to see if it's moving up. Okay, so that's basically how I went about doing this. There is a washer there. I don't know if y'all can see that washer underneath here. This, let me undo this. There's this washer that goes right there. Now I ended up putting paper towels all in here so that none of this stuff, this is some corrosion or whatever, and you know, if it does, just take a vacuum and vacuum it. I happen to have a an all, what do you call it, a whole house vacuum, and it's in the garage and I'm real close to it, so I just brought it in here and sucked up all the stuff that came out. So now putting it back together, there's a guy that recommends 88 foot-pounds of torque, so this whole thing wants to turn, so you're going to have somebody hold this, you know, the tub, while someone's torquing it down. Now I was thinking, hey, I'll put some grease on here, you know, put it on. Well, the problem, if you put grease here and you put that thing on, it's going to shove the grease to the bottom, and now that's going to be in your water. So you really don't want to do that. You know, I'm assuming if you want to put some type of, I don't know, maybe you could probably get away with putting Vaseline, just so it can slip, you know, slip in, so that the new one shouldn't have an issue slipping in. I was thinking for further, you know, down the road, if it ever happens again, but by that time I think I'm just going to buy a new one, because this thing has lasted 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 6 years, and it's been a decent washer. I was over at Home Depot yesterday. What is it? Today's November 18th, 2020, and yesterday I went to Home Depot, and I don't think they make this. I love this because it's all the controls in the front. This is plastic, and so all my other, I think this is the 3rd or 4th washer we've had. They've all started rusting from right here, from the actual metal and stuff, and then that stuff falls in, and then you start seeing it on your clothes and stuff. So this one's great. Anyway, just want to do a quick video. By the way, to get the old one out, you kind of have to rock it back and forth, and you stick your fingers and stuff. Don't try to stick a screwdriver, you know, right here at the edge and try to pull it up, because you don't want to ruin the big tub. But you can just rock it back and forth and rock it back and forth, and eventually it'll pop off. It took me about a good maybe 10 minutes of rocking back and forth, and then finally it just popped out. The hard part was getting that, I guess you could call it a bearing. Where the heck did it go? Yeah, this guy. You know. So this took me, oh man, it took me a while. It took me probably about about 2 hours to get that out. So, you got to be patient. You definitely don't want to bang real hard, you know, this way, because then you might ruin the seal and then you're going to start leaking. So anyway, the noise it makes is like a grinding noise, and it's real simple to test to see if it's this. Put in like maybe a towel, 1 or 2 towels on speed dry. I'm sorry, on speed wash, and then just view through the glass, because this has glass, and you'll actually see that the what do you call it, the agitator won't move. I mean, it's supposed to move, and it'll just like it'll move a little bit and it'll go zzz, brr, 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 brr. You'll hear it's a grinding noise. It's a plastic type of grinding noise, not a metal type of grinding noise. So, all right, man. I hope this helps people. Have a good one. See y'all next time.